here at Dr. Lefthandthread Surgery, and I see money is on the chat. There's some people there. BW's Electronics there, good man from across the pond. Anybody else there? I'll proceed onwards. Anyway, I'm going to start this stream on a good and a bad note, you would say. My old friend, Milwaukee soldering iron, passed away yesterday. It's dead. But anyhow, it was the middle of a job and it just packed in. I've been using this flat out for 6 months. It hasn't had much rest, to be fair to it. However, just decided to pack in the middle of a job yesterday, so I had to go and hunt the backup soldering iron wherever the hell I would have left it. Incidentally, it was this, that later. The good news is about this, it's still under warranty. There's a year's warranty as standard over here for some of you guys across the pond. And in order to get an extended warranty, we have to register it, and we get 2 years extra, 3 years in total. So I've done that. That's got a 3-year warranty on it. So for 2.5 years, Milwaukee's going to have to keep fixing that for me. So if I can get 3 years out of this without having to fix it, I'll be happy. And even after that, I'll probably be able to fix it myself, because there's plenty of videos showing you how to fix them. Because there's a thing that goes wrong with them, like most things. So we'll get that sorted away during the week sometime. Another thing I always talk about is Dr. Lefthandthread's lady pleasing abilities. It turns out I've gained 0.1% of a lady viewership this week, which I'm pleased to tell you. However, none of the ladies are watching the live streams at all. It's going to be a bit of a sausage factory here for a while. We're just going to have to live with that one. So moving on, I'm going to talk about some upcoming projects I have, or upcoming fixes I have to do. I've been getting a lot of things that are what I would almost consider outside my remit, beyond what I normally do. There's about 4 or 5 things that I have something to fix that are a step away from what I normally fix. And I'm doing them because I don't know, there's a word isn't in my dictionary at the minute, and that word is no. I'm a bit like that film, Yes Man. I just say yes to everything. Just bring it on. I don't know when that's going to have to stop, but for the meantime, people that I consider friends, I'm kind of doing them favours. I'm going outside the limits of my capabilities nearly to fix these things, to find out how to fix them. But on that note, there's something that saying yes has done for me. I've got a very interesting project upcoming. Megan McGee's late. What are you doing late? You just came at the right time. I have an upcoming project that I'm very, very excited about. If you can consider the doctor's surgery here at my bat cave. What do I show you this? Get a good shot of that. That is my Batmobile. Look at that there. What do you think of that, guys? Anyhow, so why do I have this? I hear you ask, or maybe you don't ask, but I'm going to tell you anyway. I have this because the man that owns it, it's for his child. He's in the chat. This is going to the specifications it was designed to do. But the problem is there's a 12-volt lead acid 10-amp battery in it. It takes 12 hours to charge it. It only runs for half an hour. So he wants me to do something with it, to run it in maybe 18-volt batteries, or there's Darren. He didn't get notified either. I have to soup up this, put something under the bonnet. It's going to make it run for longer than half an hour. Going to make to explain, there's a lead acid battery on the seat here. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if we get a good shot. That's a 10 amp lead acid battery, 12 volt. And when you charge it, it takes 12 hours. When you run it, it lasts half an hour. So there's not much fun to be had with this beautiful little Land Rover, which is unfortunate. However, I think I've come up with a plan which will be unveiled if it works in one of my upcoming videos. I've some kit coming for it, the converter, possibly to some other kind of batteries that could be. Every time that battery, you know, if you get something on there where that other battery is, you have to open the seat, take those 2 screws out and take it out. That's not handy. I want something on there you can click in, remove and charge. That's the idea. Maybe multiple batteries. Something else? Anybody else in the chat? So that will be definitely, fingers crossed, in an upcoming video. What happened this one is the guy that owns it hooked up an 18 volt battery to the system directly, and it was a good job, but it blew out a wee circuit board which he replaced himself. So hopefully we can soup up this Land Rover. This is one of the old Defenders. This is one of the good ones. So hopefully we can fix that and make that better, upgrade it for him. So that's one of the shining jewels in the crown of me saying yes to things that I don't know much about. So hopefully that'll work out. Next thing, upcoming videos. Anybody else in the chat? Oh aye, Ouija. 7 litre V6 dropped in there. 9 amp M18 battery dropped into him maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. But anyway, I know a lot of you were in the stream last week and you had already seen this device here, and it's been released in a video today. Let's see if we can get it down. This is the multi-platform charging box. And at the shot here. Right. And the video for that is out. The video for that is out at the minute. That's the Panasonic Parkside Milwaukee DeWalt and Makita charging box. So the video for that's out maybe 3 years ago or something. So that's something, if you haven't seen, but most of you guys know about that, so it's no surprise. And next one, and maybe I should go on to it first before I do anything else. This Milwaukee set, hold on to get the camera right here. Steven Spielberg's not a bit louder than me, hey. Nobody still his job. Anyhow, this is a Milwaukee set. I got this going successfully despite my soldering iron difficulties yesterday. So to tell you what was wrong with this and to tell you what I did with this, I'll start off. One of the batteries was okay. Let's see. I think that one was okay. This one wasn't. How's Martin? Look at that. She's fully charged. The battery was really. If you watch my video a little bit out and about, we'll see what time is it now. Maybe about, is it 10 past 9 or something? About in about half an hour. Yeah. But anyhow, see, I'll get into the chat here to see. Don't want to be rude to you guys commenting here. Just enjoy your comments, to be honest. So we got Martin, yes, Martin. And BW's Electronic is saying they thought the 12 volt machine's running 18 volts. Well, yeah, a low voltage cutout, so you could run power tool batteries not over discharge them. Well, that would be interesting. If you could send me something regarding that, I might have to incorporate that into it too. I haven't done this project yet, but it's going to be interesting. But back to this here. The first thing I discovered when I opened this box, I'll get down to it here again. Look at that old box. Anyway, was this battery was showing 1.7 volts. And what I did was, I got my old friend the power supply and brought it up to about 17.28, and it's fully charged now. So that's the first thing I did. The two, funny enough, the charger was okay. It's got this 110 plug on. The two drills had the same problem. The brushes were both totally worn out. I had a new set of brushes and a part worn set of brushes, so I just replaced them, and that sorted that out. So I'm well happy with that. I was able to do that yesterday in spite of all the challenges. I didn't have to order anything for it. I got that on Friday evening, and it fixed at lunchtime yesterday, so I was well happy with that, even though I did burn out my soldering iron in the process. But what do you do? That's the fun of it. The thing I like about the video regarding that, you're getting 3 videos for 7 minutes of your time, as opposed to you're getting three repairs. I mean to say, for 7 minutes of your time, as opposed to 1 repair. So it should be good for that line. Also, yesterday was a good day. This here, this little impact driver, it's a little 887. There's somebody messaging, but whatever. She's going like a good one now, but what was wrong with that? She was stuttering when you were feathering the trigger. She was hesitating, you know. And how I rectified that, which is how I rectify a lot of them, is my old friend, the drill saver electrical contact cleaner. So I tore this down, took the inside out of it, sprayed all around the motor and the switch. You have to do the switch, it's mainly the switch is the problem. But I also like to clean the motor when I'm at it, and clean all the electronics and the board and all with it. Let it dry out, put it together, and you have a good job. So that was a wee job we got done yesterday too, so I was happy with that. But I already had a video out for that, so you'll probably not see a video. Anybody else in the chat, or anybody else want to ask anything? Another video coming out is a follow-up to the Parkside stuff last week. Some of you that were on the stream last week would have seen the Parkside teardown, so I've done a dedicated video to the same subject. Darren Irvine knows about the magic spray. The magic is no secret. So I've done a dedicated video to that, so that's there for anybody to find and search if they want to find out about that. I wasn't in Lidl today, Megan McGee. I was around the house. I was actually knackered because fixing that Milwaukee, fixing that DeWalt. I actually made 3 videos as well yesterday. Filmed them, edited them, uploaded them, scheduled them, that kind of thing. So it was a lot. I was working away. Martin was messaging me to watch some kind of film that he was watching. This is a good film, but I said I haven't time. I was too busy. Too busy for Lidl today. I was out in the car and I just didn't fancy it. I thought I'd go home and do a live stream. That'll be enough for me today. But tomorrow, I'm off tomorrow from my day job. Tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday, so I'll be in here flat out. I got a visit from a guy. He left me a brand new Land Rover to play with. So we're turning into Got the Left Hand Threads auto repair here, so that's a definite change for me. There should be upcoming, whatever time I get the parts for this year to fix it, I'm going to do a video on these two. I bought these on eBay broken for £15 for the pair. So whenever I get the parts, I'll get them up and running. And there'll be another video for you to enjoy, because I haven't done much. I did the M12 build where I built the battery, but I haven't done an actual M12 repair. So that'll be a change. And I don't know I'll reply to many on here, but the battery competition is still ongoing. This battery is still up for grabs until the 10th of August, and I'll be taking entries on the dedicated video to this thing until then, and then I'll probably announce the winner live. I'm not going to decide on the winner myself. I'm going to assemble a committee of a few people who are not involved. Hybrid battery to make as well. I could get onto that as well. I'll see if that's going to be possible. If that's possible, I'm going to do it. I will get onto that. That's maybe the next thing I should talk about. Right. Look at these little beauties. DC710 and DCD710 and DCF813. DCF813 is a 3/8 ampere wrench, and this is a drill driver. Obviously there's no hammer on, you wouldn't want a hammer in that thing. Anyway, they've got the little 10.8 batteries, which a lot of you will know is exactly the same as a 12 volt battery, but just it signifies the age of these. It tells you what age they are. They're older. These two batteries are kaput, but what the owner of these wants me to do is not really fix the batteries per se. I'm going to try and make them bigger, because they're only 2 amperes. They'd be 2 amperes. Really, there'd be 3 of the 18650 cells in them. I haven't opened them. Maybe I should open one. Sure, that's somebody. I haven't ever had one of these open before, but I'd say it's 3 of the 18650 cells. Better keep some of them screws, they'll be useful later. Anyway, that spring will be useful later. That'll be circuit board. This is some battery. Lovely. Yep. What you have is 3 of the Samsung cells. They're ANR 18650 20R cells, which means that's a 2 ampere 12 volt. So what I'm wondering, if the circuit board can handle it, what I'm thinking of doing with this, and this is crazy, I don't know if it'll do it, but you know, there's only one way to find out. One way to find out. These are ANR 21730Ts. There are 3. If you had 3 of them on instead of them, you'd be upgraded to a higher output 3 ampere battery as such. I would really love to try 6 of these on her, make her 12 volt. What you'd be really getting then is a 6 ampere high output 10.8 or / 12 volt battery. And if that could be done, we would have something special. I would drive that to a great deal more potential than these would do. So that's the plan. I don't know if it works out. It's a bit of an experimental project, to be honest. The condition of those cells is pretty decent. It's on that, to be honest. I expected them to go as older. Someday there's no corrosion inside that battery, nothing. But it's fairly simple when put together. You have the plus and the minus This is the plus. This is the minus. Yeah. There's a couple of little balancers there as well. One careful owner from you. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see if I can do anything with that. But these batteries are not going at the minute. But for your entertainment, we're 20 minutes in. I could spend 10 minutes getting these going if you're so interested. I don't need to get these going, but I could do it for fun. No, forgot the spring. I was hoping to have some other stuff for the stream this evening, but it didn't turn up in time. But that's always the way. But I think I had plenty. I had a Land Rover. Any stream that has a Land Rover Defender in it's bound to be a good one. So I'll put this together. I'm going to get the camera down and show you what is up with these two lovely batteries. Let's see. Steven Spielberg, hey. Right, what do we see? See if we can get all this kind of stuff where you can see it. 1.19 volts. That one. Battery 2. These are low. And it's a bit higher with 2.41 volts in it. So I haven't time for the power supply this evening. So I'm going to just do the old fashioned way. Old faithful, as it were. Let's see. To avoid burning the terminals, I'll go down a different line here. Yeah, shove that in there. If you push it straight in, you're going to burn the terminals on either end. But if you connect it in the middle, you don't do as much damage. You just spark the wire instead. We'll see what we've got. Voltage. Be better. Yeah. going up to 10.63 now. So I might try that and then the charger. Let's see. See the wall charger there. There it is. That's in the shot. Anybody else in the chat? Haven't checked in now. Maniacal laughter there. Oh, this is a real mad scientist lab, this place. It's charging. So that's good. So we'll see if we get the other one going. I'll leave my multi-platform charger down there to catch fire on its own, and I will continue with this enterprise. I had to do some kind of fix for you guys tonight because it was all just gossip. Thank you very much. That's how you should get the ladies on, have a gossip stream. Anyway, good sparks of that. There's a lot of power going through that. So leave that for a wee minute. It's alive, yep. That's alive, darn. In the meantime, we'll try this wee one. It's not been on very long. So that's going now, so that's whatever. And it could be nearly time to try the other one on. I think I'll just charge that with my wall charger. I have a wall charger as well, which is handy, as well as my multi-platform charging box. I've started to become more sophisticated at these old batteries as time has gone on, but that's the old way. That's the basic way of doing it. Just getting the two wires. I use my power supply. You can't see it there, but I use my power supply. If you watch that video, that'll be out in about, I don't know, 15 minutes time. That'll be, see it's charging. That'll show you what I do with the power supply if you don't already know, if you haven't seen my flex volt video. I'll show you how I brought up that wee M18 battery in the Milwaukee set. I'll leave that on a wee minute. Anybody else in the chat or anybody else? We're coming near half an hour, believe it or not, guys. Megan McGee says I'm good. Well, you know, I don't like admitting it, but it's true. You're only saying that because that's true. Right. Watching batteries charging is not the most exciting live viewing. You know, that's not going to bring the ladies in, is it? That's not going to bring the ladies all in. I never checked the cells in that, but I assume they're the same cells, probably in decent enough quality too, decent enough condition. But my mission that I've chose to accept is to upgrade those batteries if it can be done. Yes, you did see the K770 Husqvarna saw there. Have the blinkers on. I haven't. It's like a certain gentleman's left me 3 DeWalt fencing staplers. A gentleman who will remain nameless. I'm I'm keeping his name private. I'm not saying it over the internet. But Megan McGee will know who he is. There's a certain gentleman has left me 3 DeWalt fence staplers, and I have ignored their presence for a few weeks. I walked past them like a horse with blinkers on. I just decided to ignore them. So I'm going to have to go at some of the stuff tomorrow that I've blinkered myself out of. And here we are now. We'll try this little battery in. Little 3/8 wrench. Let's give her no power at all. I can see why it needs an upgrade. That's not giving her much there. I have a fence stapler video. Funny you should ask that. See in the chat asking that. I have a fence stapler video, but I haven't released it yet. There's a few that are, as they call in the movie industry, in the can. There's a few that are scheduled to go out, but I'm just coming down with videos at the minute, and I'm trying not to. If I put out 12 in the 1 week, there's no way anybody's going to see them all. There's no way anybody's going to be able to see them all. I'm actually stretching it because I've 2 longer videos out today. I've one out at 6:30 and one of the Milwaukee out at 10:15, and I have another one out tomorrow. I've gone from having 1 out every weekend, 1 long video, to having 3 out, so I'm stretching it at the minute. No, that's good, no power at all, but it's going. I'd love to see out of a 6 amp on it. I have to do it, I have to try it. I have to try that experiment. That has to be done. Anybody else in the chat? Anybody else want to talk about anything else? Because we're in 32 minutes on now. And we've covered the right bit tonight. A stapler in the machine rattled the carriage bolts out roller core and only drove 6,000 staples. Recoil like a 12 gauge. Yeah. Darren knows more about the fence staplers than me. But what I know, as I've heard from him, they rattle themselves loose and the screws all fall out of them. Or even worse, some of the screws come loose and fall out or whatever, and she starts to run sideways, and then she wears the driver sideways. And they're just not wearing well. I'm hoping the Milwaukee's going to do better. But I'm just waiting for that. I'm just waiting for about 1.5 years time to be inundated with them for some other reason. They will need serviced anyway because they have a nitrogen cylinder, I think, in them, and that's going to have to be refilled anyway, so that's part of the servicing. I'm going to have a go at these fence staplers, but maybe not tomorrow. Somebody's left me on a still pressure washer. That's not going to, it's going, but it's blowing fuses. Darren, here's a question for you. Do you know anything about pressure washers? Electric pressure washers? I haven't at the lid of this one, but she's blowing fuses. There's Martin. Again. There's Martin again. Good man, Martin. Do you know anything about pressure washers? Don't blow a torque spot. Eight mil bolt. 8 mil bolt will do for a fuse. Yeah, we're joking, but about 10 years ago, somebody brought me back a Jefferson welder. It wasn't going. And I thought maybe she's blown the fuse. So opened the plug, and they cut a spouting bolt to act as a fuse. Cut a 6 mil bolt and just set it in. So I wonder what happened to that one. Anybody else in the chat? We've covered quite a lot. Megan McGee knows a man with a welder and a spouting bolt. Spouting bolt's just about the right size. It's the same as a 13 amp fuse, isn't it? I never measured a 13 amp fuse, but it's about to probably fit, you know. If I could ever see. Here's Trevor C's battery. I never bothered fixing the battery indicator, but it's going like. That's the one was left in the Pat. What is Pat must? Condenser first, make sure it hasn't blown. Yeah. Well, would she go if the condenser was blown? Because the washer is going, but she's blowing fuses. Pat, you must nearly everything. What is Pat mixed? Pat has must me fixing 2 of these batteries for a crack, even though I didn't have to. These wee here. You must be fixing them 2 batteries. Pat, you must something. I'm gonna, just for you, Pat, I'm gonna show it again. You're going to see something really amazing. Oh, it does. Land Rover Defender. Battery powered. Going off the button. That's what you must, Pat. What do you think of that? That's the new doctor's ambulance. That's going to be going to emergencies there. I'm going to put ambulance on here. I'm going to put a siren on her, and I'm going to be going down the half-hour road like hell. If you see a Land Rover Defender coming with a siren on, try the lights. How do the lights work? Oh, the lights do work. Let's see what else we got. Does the headlights work? The side lights is on her. What? Oh well. Anyway. So Pat, that's what you must. Female viewership is up. I looked in your YouTube page, and it says you're a Land Rover man. That's how I knew you were a Land Rover man. So that it can still run with a condenser blown, so that's good. I might get something done with that pressure washer. I don't know what I'm going to do with that stuff. Husqvarna and a saw, lawnmower, still pressure washer, Land Rover. It's kind of been a mixture this week. But I got my Milwaukee set going, and I got this here going, so I'm well happy. And I got 2 batteries going live in the stream, so we can't ask better than that. So anybody else before we sign off? We're at 39 minutes in, so about the same as last week. I'll give you a minute. You can watch the stream back, it'll be there forevermore, you know. But it's just covering the events of the week and that kind of thing. Nothing really exciting to work at. I might have something to tear down next week. I'm waiting on something. It might be an interesting sort of a stream. And thank you all for tuning in. Shouldn't need a bigger surgery. Shouldn't need a bigger surgery. Especially if I'm going to become Dr. Lefthandthread's motor car service station. But I think we're done. We're near 40 minutes in. So thanks very much for tuning in, guys, and check out the Milwaukee video that's coming out now in 5 minutes time. And you know about the multi-platform charging box, so you might not need to watch that. You know about the Parkside one's coming out tomorrow. there'll be more next week as well. Plenty more next week. And good night.